Hi guys, I'm trying to do an update today on my Steam Deck in terms of graphics. So I've just realized there's someone who's actually downloaded something, some kind of graphics onto their Steam Deck, and I'm actually trying to see how I can actually install drivers onto my Steam Deck. So I'm just noticing, well, seems like this guy's got a way of installing drivers onto the Steam Deck. So at the moment, I'm actually doing something first, and then basically, hopefully, I'll install the drivers that I need to install. So I'm watching a video, and I'm trying to get the sense of what the person is doing. Oh wow, it's showing me some other stuff. Alright, I'll come back to this in a minute. I want to see what this person is actually showing. Let's see. I mean, the video is quite clear. Alright, I see what he was saying. I understand now what he was actually saying. Right, so let me just follow what he's actually downloading. Right. So it appears like what the person is saying is you need to uninstall the drivers of your Steam Deck, and then you have to install the driver that he actually put. So it's still the AMD drivers. It's just I think these are like slightly better. So these drivers are like better than the drivers that you'd normally get for the Steam Deck. So, because as you know, the Steam Deck drivers are hard to put in. Just to show you guys that is my Steam Deck. I'm actually recording it. I did tell you guys, you see that's my mouse there. I told you that I was trying to do some stuff on my Steam Deck, but you see, so that's all my Steam Deck stuff. So I'm gonna close a few items down, like the browsing stuff. On the other section, I'm doing some other stuff as well. I'm currently doing some stuff for what you call this. I'm downloading things, Oh yeah, I'm also doing some transfers from Steam, some stuff for Steam. But I'm thinking, let me just pause what I was doing. I'll show you what I was doing. See? So I'm doing these transfers. You see what I mean? So all this is still Steam Deck, but it's obviously not. It's not Steam. I mean, it's not the operating Steam. It's not the operating system for Steam Deck. You understand? So wait, let me try and lighten this a bit. Sorry, let me add a bit of light to this, because if I darken it, you see, it's not showing what I'm trying to do. Right, let me add a bit of light. That's what I was trying to say. So I'm gonna add a bit of light because I'm actually watching a video as well of this person and seeing how he actually installs the drivers. Sorry, but I'm just trying to add some light. So that's the Steam Deck as you all know it, right? That is the Steam Deck. I'm just showing you. And I was actually doing some downloads. So some of the stuff is transferring from my laptop directly to the Steam Deck. As you guys know, you can actually, when Steam is doing all the stuff, you can actually send the downloads. So Deus Ex got an update. War Robots Frontiers got an update. Driver Booster, if you do use this, got an update recently. Midnight Ghost Hunt also got an update. War Robots got an update. Tom Clancy Rainbow Six also got an update. So it's saying that there's like Dinogen Online, Overwatch 2, Counter-Strike 2, and Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege test, and then Fallout 84, right? So I'm going to continue with this because it's just there's not much to go on, you see. It's just a few things left to do. But then in itself, you know what, I'm going to pause this solely for the factor that I'm actually trying to download I'm trying to download some software for my Steam Deck, you understand? So like I said, the drivers. So the drivers is this guy. So it's Call of Duty. This seems like there's an update. That's Call of Duty 3. I told you guys this game does work on Steam Deck, but you have to play it on the lowest Combat Master as well. So I'm going to close this because it says to open. Wait, let me just cancel that for a second. Because what I'm doing actually, I have to uninstall the drivers that Steam Deck comes with. And just showing you guys that that's Windows on the Steam Deck. Mine is Windows 11. I mean, you can obviously tell from the actual image. Right, so what the person is saying is I have to uninstall my drivers completely. So I'm a bit skeptical about this because obviously I don't want to mess up my Steam Deck. But at the same time, actually having a software that is not dependent on what Steam is giving out would be better, because they give the yearly updates, but the software in itself isn't that great for gaming. If you guys, you know what I mean, it's never that good for gaming. If you're wondering what I'm using on my laptop, I'm using this mini, it's a mini keyboard thing. I don't know what this, I forgot the name, but it's a mini keyboard, and it's got a scroll wheel, it's got volume, it's got media keys, it's got all the FM keys, and you know, obviously letters and stuff, and it's got a touchpad right in the middle. You see the touchpad right there? So obviously this is what I have to use on my laptop right now, because I'm actually using my mouse and my keyboard directly on the Steam Deck, because obviously there's commands that I need to type in. And yeah, I mean, I've got resources at the moment. The reason why I'm not playing games at the moment is because obviously I'm telling you guys what I'm doing. Just to show you guys, like, okay, the other things I have running in the background, because obviously this is connected. So you see this is actually connected to, I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, so it's actually using the resolution for my Steam Deck, and this has been shared on my Acer monitor. I've actually got two monitors attached to the Steam Deck. The other monitor is the AOC gaming monitor. So if I'm able to move this just quickly, guys, I'm just gonna loosen the tripod a bit and show you guys that I'm actually using, you see, I'm using that's the Acer monitor, and right there, that's the gaming monitor. You understand? And that's where the keyboard is, that's where the DualSense and the mouse is. And obviously in the background, that's where my laptop is, and it was actually transferring things. Sorry, I think it's just zooming out. That's my MSI Raider laptop. So I'm just showing you that I'm actually using two monitors connected to the Steam Deck directly. You understand? So these are actually connected. That monitor and this monitor is connected to the Steam Deck directly. That's my Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5. And I was just showing you guys this. Sorry about it because I zoomed out slightly. So I'm showing you this because I'm trying to tell you exactly what I'm doing my Steam Deck. So the reason why I want to install these drivers is because I feel like I would have a much better experience. Like, I'll have a better experience if I was to install the drivers that this guy wants me to install. I'm a bit skeptical because, you know, these things, sometimes they can actually mess up the things that I want to download. Like, I just want to see this thing. I want to see what this thing has downloaded. Okay, so it's gone to my drivers. I do have drivers for the Steam Deck. Obviously directly from Valve. I have those drivers. But like I said, I just want to find out to see if what this person says is going to actually work. I'll actually show you. See, I'm using this. I'm using Edge browser. See that? So that's the Edge browser. I'm watching a YouTube video. You see? So you see all that adrenaline stuff. So that's what I'm watching. So the reason why that this monitor is actually not showing anything is because obviously that's the monitor that's connected to Steam Deck. I mean, that's the one that's sharing the Steam Deck screen. I don't know how you call it. So if I go into settings, I'll just show you quickly. If I go into settings, go into display, I think the display will clear things up a bit better for me. Don't know why it's taking so long to load. Let me go into display. I think it's system display. And there you go, you see? So this one, the Steam Deck and the Acer monitor are sharing. So it's 1 and 3. And then the second one, which is the AOC gaming monitor, is recognized as 2. You understand? So this is why I said that the screen of the Acer monitor and the Steam Deck are sharing the same screen. And obviously the AOC gaming monitor is the one that's using the 1080p, sorry. And the Acer monitor is using the 720p. The AOC monitor is using the 1080p. That's what I was trying to say. So you see 1 and 3 and then 2. So I've got 2 monitors connected to Steam Deck right now. So obviously you guys can't see anything here, just the display. I mean, I could put something there, but there's nothing really that I can put because the screen is too small. And on the AOC gaming monitor, like I told you, I'm actually getting this at a full 1080p resolution. So obviously not going to use 720p when I've got the 1080p available, is it? Because I mean, obviously I can see the instructions better, but I mean, obviously I'm also using my laptop in the background, and if I needed to do something, I can always do that. If I had an issue, I can always use my my Samsung over here, because obviously Samsung can be used. I can watch the same. What I'm saying is I can still watch the instructions, because once I remove the drivers from my Steam Deck to put the drivers that this person's talking about, I won't be able to use the Steam Deck in the process, because when you remove the drivers, everything like gets removed. The you know, the video, the audio, you need to like wait until those drivers are fully installed for everything to work again. You understand? So I won't be able to use the Steam Deck properly. But the main reason why I want to test this out is because, like I said, it's much easier just to have drivers that you can easily update without going through Steam. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because on Windows, unfortunately for Windows, we always get the drivers later, and the drivers are not always the best. Whereas for the Steam OS, you would get the proper drivers. You understand what I mean? They promote Steam operating system more than they promote Windows 11. So that's why I have to resort to such things. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying anything bad about it. I'm not ranting or anything like that. I'm just simply saying I want to install these drivers, but I need to uninstall the drivers I have. To uninstall means to remove the drivers, the current drivers I have. I'll actually show you. I'll show you something interesting actually, because I do have the adrenaline. You see? So I could show you guys this stuff. I've got this one. You see? I've got that. And this one probably has games and stuff in here. It's got all my performance stuff. It's all in here, you know. What else do I have? Let me just check. I've got applications. You see, these are like games, general games that I've got installed. So these are all the games I've got in here. And I think if I do this is just like, it's gonna do another thingy where it looks for other games that I might have or not have. Let me just go to graphics while that applications thing is going through. And I'm using custom. Go to display. The main reason why I'm opting to do this as well is the factor that maybe the drivers that I'll probably get would be says congratulations, all configurations outside of official AMD specifications is not covered under AMD product. Okay, so I think this is something else. It's some other information that's not it's not relevant basically. Then this is FreeSync, balanced, and I think it's just like AMD iFinity. I don't know what that is. Then you go display 2. Okay. So I think this is just showing things like that. Graphics. Let's go for graphics. I think it's in here where you can actually change stuff that the Steam Deck can do. If you go to advanced, then you just get slightly more options. And then let's go for applications again and see if this is done. Yeah, so these are just games that I've got installed currently. Let me see what this is. Okay, so this just changes the view. I thought it was going to make them bigger or something. Right, so everything's here. Modern Warfare 3. So if I click on that, I want to see what it does. There you go. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Oh, that's 2. Right, I've got 2 and 3 anyway. So I've got them both installed on my Steam Deck and on my laptop. I think actually the 2 and the 3, when I first installed 3, it just it picked up from 3, and then from 2, and then it installed on top of 2, Call of Duty 2, because I bought Call of Duty 2, and then I bought the 3, and then it was just an extra update on 3. I'm wondering if GTA 5 is there, but I know it wasn't working last time. But this has got more games than my current. So just so you guys can see that I do have the drivers installed for the Steam Deck. So I know you're probably thinking, so why do you want to remove the drivers you've got just solely so you can put these other drivers? Like I said, the drivers that Steam Deck gets are always the older version, and they're not that good for gaming. The drivers are not good for gaming. So it's much easier if you have a particular software or Adrenaline that actually works with the Steam Deck for the APU that's in the Steam Deck, because that way the software, how can I put this? The drivers that you would get, if they work correctly with the Steam Deck, like for example with the APU, the AMD graphics, the game is gonna probably play better, and if your drivers are up to date, the game's gonna run a whole lot nicer. You know what I mean? It's a 50-50, because sometimes you may not always get what you need. So I'm not saying like this is gonna be, it may work, it may not work. You understand? If anything does go in the opposite direction, then obviously I'll make a video talking about that. But I don't think anything will happen, because these are drivers. Drivers won't damage your Steam Deck. They won't as long as you've got software. The advantage of having a second laptop, like having a laptop in my place, in my house, is that I can always download those drivers. I've got USB sticks, and I can stick them back in. And obviously if I needed to reinstall Windows, then that would be a bummer, but I'll do it again if I needed to, if that was the case, because like I told you guys already, I don't use my Steam Deck that much. So if this is going to improve gameplay on the Steam Deck, if it's gonna improve games and make games run better, then obviously I would like to make a video and say, guys, I actually did it. I got different drivers. I've updated my Adrenaline. I'm using this kind of software on the Steam Deck, and my Steam Deck is naturally running Windows 11, and then I can tell you guys what drivers I'm using. You understand what I mean? So maybe I can actually encourage other people to do the same thing I'm doing, because the software that I want to install, the drivers for that software actually uses 8 gigs of VRAM. So the current 4 gigs of VRAM, like I told you, it's not enough. It's not good for gaming. Yeah, fine, you can play certain games on Steam Deck. Steam Deck is kind of adapted to certain games, and it doesn't always pan out in a bad way. But just knowing that you could have something better than the 4 gigs of VRAM, to me, is just going to be better. Because I believe the Steam Deck has more than 4 gigs of VRAM on it. You understand? So this could just improve gameplay. I'm just saying, if you've got the correct drivers, and the drivers do work with the APU, which is the AMD software, or the hardware, then it's gonna run much better with games. You understand? Because the current games that I try to play, like War Robots Frontiers, even if you play it on low, there's stuttering. You know, like if you watch any of my Call of Duty 3 gameplays on Steam Deck, that's why I stopped playing it, because it doesn't play all that well. You understand? So I'm not trying to put Steam Deck down. I'm just saying I think it is a whole lot better to have drivers that are readily available, drivers that I can update anytime I want, and whenever the latest drive is available, I can just update it. So I think what this person has done on YouTube is that he has removed the drivers, because he's removing the drivers currently, because those are customized. He's putting drivers that you can update when you get in the new drivers, you know what I mean? So you're always gonna get those new drivers in. So I think, well, for me, actually making this video is just a test, you understand? So it's like, I'm not saying I don't have drivers. You can see I do have them. That's AMD drivers. These are Adrenalin drivers, as you can see. It's a AMD software. So there's nothing in here that's not working. It's all working. It even shows the last application I was running. It even shows the games I've been playing, War Robots, Call of Duty. That should be Call of Duty 3. And you can see Driver Booster is the last thing I used on my laptop. Not on the Steam Deck, but on the laptop. And it still reflects it on this one. So it's the same account anyway. So whatever I'm doing on my laptop, my gaming laptop, my MSI Raider laptop, remember that's got 16 gigs of VRAM on it. So I consider my laptop to be a beast of a laptop. Fine, it's old, it's an old laptop, but it's still the RTX 30 series, so it's still there, you know, it still has life. And I think with 16 gigs of VRAM, it still has life in it, you know. So it might not be the 40 series, it might not be the 50 series that's coming in this year, but I mean, who's got $1,000 on them, or $2,000? I don't have that kind of money. Anyway, and the other thing about my laptop, it's got Thunderbolt 4, so if I wanted to, I could actually get the actual PC card and just, you know, stick it in the back, isn't it? I don't have to change my laptop. Right, so I'm gonna follow through these instructions, see how it goes, and then I'll make another video talking about it, whether or not it worked. I'm hoping it does work, because like I said, at the moment I don't play games on my Steam Deck, and I think anything that's going to help me play more games on the Steam Deck is gonna be like a lifesaver, you know. It's just gonna be more beneficial to me, because that way I'm gonna be able to play more games, and then I can talk more about the games, the experiences I'm having. If they're better, I can tell you guys and say, you know what, since I did what I did, the games are better. If they're not better, I can make a video and say, you know what, I'm going back to the old drivers. So you know, it's like that. So that's why I'm saying, let me just follow the instructions. I think I need to use my laptop for this one, or my my Samsung. Because I mean, it's so close to me, and it's just easier if I can hear what I'm supposed to do with the Steam Deck, you know. Because from what I can tell is all you need to do basically is remove the drivers on the Steam Deck, put in other drivers, restart the Steam Deck, and that's it. It's simple. It should be simple, but nothing is simple when you're removing drivers, you know. And this is Windows, and you know Windows always does something to mess things up. So I'm not saying that I'm hoping this doesn't work. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I'm skeptical, solely because Windows has a very bad reputation for messing things up, you know. So I'm just hoping that this works for me. At the moment, I'm looking at this thing and I'm wondering, why does it look like this? No, it looks kind of weird. It's got this it doesn't look the way it's supposed to look, you know. That's what I'm noticing about the download that I've downloaded. Yeah, it doesn't look the way it's I mean, it seems like more or less like an instruction that I need to do. You understand? So that's what I'm looking at. I'm just looking at the way that it's done. It says, so he's saying something about startup repair. He's talking about enabling something like, you know, re-entering the Steam Deck in safe mode. You know, when you got it to remove drivers, you remove them in safe mode. because that way, if you do anything that damages your Steam Deck, you can always go back to the original drivers. You know what I mean? I don't know if you guys understand what safe mode is on Windows. It just means your Steam Deck is not running to full capacity, you know. And it's mostly when you want to remove something from a laptop. It doesn't have to be Steam Deck. It can be from a laptop as well, like software that you could not do in the normal context, because sometimes you try to remove something and it will stop you, you know. It'll like, it won't work basically. So you go into this, you restart your Steam Deck or a laptop or PC in safe mode, and what that does, it disables like the everything except for the, it can disable like internet stuff like Wi-Fi, so it's not connecting to internet, and then you're able to do what you want to do, remove the software you want to remove, and then when you've installed the software you want, you simply restart your laptop or your computer or your PC or your Steam Deck, and the software is installed fully. You understand what I mean? So that's what safe mode does. So that's what people do. Because like I said, there's certain software on laptops that you can't remove, no matter what you do. I mean, you can remove it, but when you try to put it back in, it's very difficult, very hard. So safe mode is just an easier way of restarting your laptop and doing what you need to do and coming, and then restarting your laptop and then fixing it, you know, that kind of thing, or putting in new software. People who understand what safe mode is will know what I'm talking about. But people who don't, the best way to describe it is like when you want to fix up your laptop, or like I think it's called startup repair or something. It's usually when your laptop is stuck in a boot loop and you want to repair it, and as long as it's in the boot loop, it won't start up properly, and then it goes into this thing called startup repair. So people who understand what I'm talking about will know what I'm saying. But for other people that are a bit more tech savvy or understand what I'm saying, safe mode is the same thing, except you're not trying to reset your laptop or trying to fix it. You're just removing software or installing a different software that you would normally not be able to install if you were to use your laptop. So why do I keep saying laptop? Because it's the same analogy, it's the same thing as me saying computer or Steam Deck. Steam Deck's a computer at the end of the day. It is basically like a laptop. What I'm showing you now is a Steam Deck with AMD software, but it is a PC. It's running Windows 11. That's a full Windows 11 software. And the one that I've got is Windows 11 Pro. So I got a professional. My laptop doesn't even have professional. It's got home. It's got a basic thing, and I can't even put pro on it unless I pay for it, you know. So that's why I'm saying, when I keep saying laptop, it's the same thing if I say Steam Deck. It's the same thing, because you guys have seen a Steam Deck. I'm talking about a laptop. It's the same thing. So what I'm trying to say basically is, you kind of, there's certain softwares. Okay, let me give you a different example. If I download AMD drivers directly from AMD, Adrenalin, which should work on any software, which is AMD, yes, for Windows 11, anything that's Windows 11 should use it, right, for AMD or for NVIDIA. It's the same thing. The only difference with NVIDIA, it normally goes with your graphics card, unless you just want to install a driver for NVIDIA. But I think NVIDIA is totally different. NVIDIA is a different topic. AMD is slightly different. Let's go for Intel. You might want some software for Intel, and it's Windows 11 based, and you just install it. It doesn't matter what driver you have. You just want to install Windows 11 driver, and then it gives you the basic drivers. And then from there, you find out the graphics card you've got on your laptop or your Steam Deck or your or your computer, and then you would go to the software site, and you have to type in the software you've got, the name of your software, which is the graphics card you've got, which Steam Deck doesn't have, and then or you type in the Intel version or the AMD version you have. If it's the Ryzen 3, Ryzen 5, Ryzen 7, Ryzen 9, you type that in, and then it gives you the drivers specifically. And I think Windows 10 was stopped, so it's Windows 11 now, going forward to Windows 12, yes. And then you'd install the drivers for Windows 11 based on the software that you currently have. Now, we all know with Steam Deck, you can't do that. You can't do that. With Steam Deck, you have to wait for Valve to give you the drivers. That's the problem. And the drivers they give you for Windows 11 are never as good as the Steam operating system ones, because the Steam operating system ones are better. They promote the Steam operating software more than they promote Windows. So we all know this. So what I want to do is remove the software that's currently run on the Steam Deck and put different software, but it will still promote the Steam Deck. So it's not like going to demote the Steam Deck. It's actually software that most people say is based on what the Steam Deck already has built into it. You understand? That's the APU, the standard, that what the APU is similar to. So the software is similar to that. So once I put this in, that means that anytime I want to update my drivers, I no longer have to go to Valve or Steam's website. I just go directly to AMD, look for the software that I'm using, look for the drivers, look for the latest driver, and install it, and that's it. Restart the Steam Deck and it's done, and then start playing games. So that's what I'm talking about. I know I've been talking a lot about this, but I feel sometimes you need to explain things, because some people will be like, okay, it's just software you're removing and installing, but it's much deeper than that. It's not as easy or as simple, because if you don't know what you're doing, you can actually break your Steam Deck. You can put it in a boot loop. You can damage your Steam Deck. You'll have to remove the entire 1 terabyte SSD, buy another SSD, and reinstall Windows. Yeah, you could do that. You can damage your SSD. If you're unlucky, you can actually damage the entire Steam Deck. Then I'll need to buy another Steam Deck. Yeah, seriously, you can damage the Steam Deck. And the warranty for the Steam Deck is long gone. My Steam Deck is a pre-ordered version, the 64 gigabyte, and I got mine in 2021, I think. Yeah, 2021, and we're in 2024. So I've had this Steam Deck for 3 years. It's my Steam Deck's about, well, maybe not 3 years. I think 22, isn't it? When I first got this last year. So I've had the Steam Deck for, well, I don't think it was last year. The year before last year, 22. When I got mine was, I think it was September or something. So I've had mine for almost 2 years. Well, almost 2 years. We're not yet in September. But you see, the thing is, I don't really remember. I think it was August, September, July, August, September, somewhere there. That's where I got mine. 2022. So we're now in May, June, July, August, and that'll be 2 years. So mine is way out of warranty. So even if I do what I want to do, I can't send it back to them anyway. I need to buy another one. So it's I bought mine when they were costing $350. I think the OLED version now costs what is it? The terabyte version is about $560. Yeah. So like I said, I'm not using my Steam Deck. I think anything that helps me to play games the way I want to play them, it's just gonna be more beneficial to me. You know, I want to play games properly. I don't want to be restricted. You know, because the problem with these custom drivers is they restrict you. There's software you can't use. There's things you can't do, and that's the problem. You see. So anyway, I'm not really going to jump into what this guy is talking about at the moment. I want to find out what this graphics thing is like first, and then I will try and get into it. And you know, the thing is, because the last time I installed drivers on the Steam Deck, I think it was last year December, or no, this year January. So I want to find out. I actually want to find out what Steam has first on their website. I want to see what Valve has in terms of updated drivers, and then once I find out what Valve has, then I'm going to decide, do I use the Steam version of what they've got, the drivers, or do I stick with what this person is doing on internet, on the YouTube. So I'm just going into it now. I'm actually in there. It's saying the driver is updated as of November 17th, 2023. And I'm pretty sure that if I go into mine, like right now, I think the settings either going to go onto this screen. So let me just yeah, the settings are here. So if I go into display, scroll the way down, I think it's graphics. No, I think this is the wrong one. Let me go back to display. I think it's advanced display, and then it's in here, display adapter properties for display 1. Click on this, and you can actually see, if I scroll, if I can zoom all the way in. Sorry, I need to loosen my tripod a bit, and I'm gonna try to zoom in as much as I can, just to show you guys. You see, I've actually got the 4 GB VRAM. You see, so wow, it's it's refusing to show it, but it is there. Sorry about that, guys. Let me try to zoom in again. There you go. So dedicated video memory is 4 GB. So that's why I'm using the 4 gigs of VRAM, right? Okay, so I hope I've proven myself that I am currently using the current. But let's see. Let's go to monitor. No. I want to go to properties. I want to see when this one was released. This does say September, and this says November. So I don't know what the differences are. Let's go into this one, browse. I'm gonna say, let me pick. I want to see when this were. No, so I've only got one. So I'm actually gonna download the actual drivers that this that AMD has. So I'm actually downloading the driver for November. The driver that this is saying that I've got is for 06/09/2023. So this is September last year, and the one that Steam on support page of Steam, they're saying for November 17, 2023. Right, so it's just a difference of a few months, September, October, November. So it's just 2 months difference. So I'm gonna close this one. I'm gonna show you guys that I'm on the resources page. So let me just try and put this properly. And as you can see, it says Windows, Steam Deck Windows resources. And you see it does say November. I don't know if I have to keep zooming into the stuff. November 17th, 2023. So it says, and if we go to downloads, if I can find where my downloads is, downloads, I think you see it is installing the drivers right now. Right, so I'm going to see if this is the newer driver. It says 31 seconds left. So I'm actually installing the drivers as we speak. I'm gonna move this back to the other monitor, solely because the other monitor, like I told you guys, is just it's using the 1080p. I get a much better view. So this is for November. I don't think, you know what, personally, I don't think there'll be a difference, solely because the driver that I've got, I think might be the same driver that's the same drivers that, oh sorry, I didn't realize I was still zoomed in. I think the drivers are the same, but I have to look here. It does say something. So it's saying GFX. Wait, let me go to this. Sorry, I want to find out which is the correct one. I can't see the correct one. Okay, Arith. So it's here. So let me see. How would you install this thing? Okay, so how do I open this? WinRAR. Or do I just click on it? Okay, that's when it opens. How do you install this thing? That's what I'm wondering. Wait, do I go to WinRAR? WinRAR, they actually, so I'm extracting the file, extract and replace files. It's saying to replace files. I'm just gonna say okay. So it's saying to replace files. I don't know why it's saying that. So it seems like maybe I have this driver already, because that's what it's saying. I'm just telling you guys what it's actually saying on my monitor. Here it says to replace the driver.
Playing from Geotrends.
So I'm gonna open this up with the zip file. Damn it. I don't know. Am I not knowing what I'm doing? GFX, I found it. .exe file. See? So let's see if we can install this one. So I'm gonna close this one, and I think this is the one that's gonna run. So that's the AMD software. That's the one I just downloaded, and I just want to see if this is the one that's gonna go through. Right, so it says driver only. I'm gonna say full install, and I'm just gonna install this one and see. It says time remaining 02 dash 25.9%. Installing AMD display drivers. So we'll wait and see if this is a different version. I think I'm skeptical only because it said that I have similar drivers. So it's just restarting there. That's just it installing the driver. Right, so I've lost signal to my other monitors. But I think it's just the driver going through. So let's see how this works. And then I'll restart the Steam Deck and we'll see if these are the more updated drivers. Alright, I have to wait for this to happen. Right, it's taking a while. I don't know if it's gonna ask me to restart the Steam Deck. I mean, I've got nothing else running in the background. It's just this software update and the browser in the background. So obviously if it wants to reboot, then it's saying it's finished 100%. So we'll just wait for the process to finish, and I'm coming back, guys. I just want to do something. It's saying 100%, so I don't know if it's going to reboot the Steam Deck. Right, so I'm going to read the instructions and see what it wants to do. Right, it's saying welcome. Yes, it wants to restart the system. Right, so it wants to restart the Steam Deck. So let me close the browser. Well, anyway, let's reboot. So it's gonna reboot the Steam Deck. I have to reboot the Steam Deck. It's saying there's some stuff here. I want to say restart anyway. It's because the File Explorer was open in the background and so was the browser. So needs to restart, and then we'll see the end result. This is actually from the Steam, sorry, it's from Valve website. Right, let me loosen this a bit, guys, and show you what it's doing. So there you go. And the second monitor, the same thing, yeah? So both monitors, that's what it's doing. Because the Steam Deck's not showing anything, so I think it's like it has to reboot, as rebooting is starting again. And once it restarts, then right, so there we go. That one's showing something. You see, that one's showing this. This monitor is not showing anything at all. And there you go. There's the Steam Deck in all its glory. So, gonna open this up and just put this in. And there you go. So there's GeoTrans there. And wait and see if the magic has happened. I want to actually go into the display stuff, driver things, and see if it's worked out. I'm hoping it's going to say November, not the September one, because remember I did say something about replacing some files, which I agreed to, solely because I was hoping that right. So I'm going to go straight into this one, go into settings. I want to see if the other stuff, okay, these things we're going to start up, go straight into display. I'm going to go into advanced display, display properties for display 1. Right, so it's still using the 4 gigs of VRAM. That hasn't changed. Driver, you see, it didn't change nothing. It's still using, it's using the same driver. Yeah, you see, I knew this was going to happen. It's the same driver, you see. It didn't change it. It's the 0609-2023. It's the same driver. So I was right from the beginning. I was right about this thing. Let's see. It hasn't started up the other one. I'm waiting for the, yeah, so there you go. So this, it's gonna be the same AMD Adrenalin. It didn't change it. So this is last year's driver. You see what I mean? It's the same thing. It didn't change nothing. That's the same thing. That's the one I had before. The one I showed you guys. You see? Same exact thing, nothing has changed. So it's the same. Okay, that's just some software there. It's the same. It's the same. It's the same software. I'm kind of feeling disappointed, solely because I thought I did think that it was gonna be slightly different. So yeah, I'm feeling kind of disappointed with that. Let me see. I just want to go into File Explorer and find out where my downloads are at. Let's see. Right, so I don't know where this other software is, because you know I did install some software. I'm going to users. I think in here GeoTrans. I'm going to mine. I'm looking for downloads, and I want to find this driver that I actually installed. Right, so no, I have to go back into that website thing. I'm gonna open up. I'm using Edge. I know you guys can't see what I'm talking about because remember I told you I'm using 2 monitors. So let me loosen this a bit. If I show you that, there's AMD right there, right? That's AMD. That's the one. That's the software that I'm using. You understand? There you go. See? If you go to create, it's gonna show the other games I've got installed. These are all on the Steam Deck. Oh damn! I don't know why it's taking it to this direction. I've just moved that browser thing. Let's see. Where's this? No, I don't want this thing. Where did they put that thing? Oh, it's put it down someplace. Ah damn man! This is. I need to look for it now. Right. This is strange. It's not in the tray. That's the problem. And finding it is just gonna be another. Right. Let's see. Okay. What's this one? I've got these AMD things. Oh, AMD software. Wait. These are softwares. I don't want softwares. What are these things? View, show new, large icons. I'm just wondering what this are. Are these the same? To make changes. What's micro devices? Oh, this is okay. No, I don't want to install this. Yes, cancel installation. No, I'm actually looking for the AMD thing. Ah, damn man. I don't know what happened. I think rebooting it again and all that stuff. So actually, I'm using a browser on this monitor. You understand? And all this is connected to the Steam Deck. That's the Steam Deck that's running all of these instances. So I'll show you quickly. If I move the browser here, there you go. That's the browser that I'm using. But obviously, like I told you, solely because on this monitor, I'm using the 1080p. So that's the only reason why I prefer using the AOC monitor. I'm just showing you guys that's the Steam Deck, that's the Acer monitor, and that's the other gaming monitor. And of course, my laptop is in the background over there. My gaming laptop, keyboard, DualSense, mouse. This is my Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5 on a Bluetooth controller, BSP-D3. That's the Bluetooth controller. That's my Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4. That's my iPhone 12 over there providing light. That's a Bluetooth speaker, and that's in all its glory is a Steam Deck, which I'm trying my level best to update drivers for. Right, thank you guys. Thank you for watching.